Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly Oracle Wisdom. For those of you joining me for the very first time, my name is Natalie, and we are going to have a look at what the Oracle cards have to tell us for the week ahead and the energies and everything that's coming in for us. Before we get started, I just wanted to make a couple of announcements. Later this week, if you're watching this live on Monday, which is the 15th, or even Tuesday, I have recorded a 2026 year ahead reading. So that is going to be up probably Wednesday. So keep your eye open for that. If you're not already subscribing and following the channel, please do that. And Anne and I will be doing the last episode of Gemini Rising for 2025. That is happening tomorrow, Tuesday, the 16th. We have astrologer Peter Guthrie. He is a fellow Australian. I'm very excited to have him on the show. And he is going to be talking about the type of astrology he does. I'll leave it until tomorrow's episode for us to go into all of that. But he is going to tell us about what's coming the year ahead in 2026. So super excited about that. That's happening at 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So if you can join us live, be in the chat. I'm sure Peter will be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So a couple of big things happening this week. Next week, of course, we have Christmas. So there's always that. All right, let's get into it and have a look at what the cards have to tell us for the week. I am starting with the Ascending Life Oracle, my favorite MahrukhX deck. And we're just going to pull a couple of these cards to start off with and see what they have. Okay. I'm going to pull, I was going to say one more, but apparently two more before we get started. Okay, so first card out is marriage, attracting a long-term partner, marriage life, attracted to a married person, new partner may be divorced. Then we have karmic cycle, settling scores in this life, karmic relationship, karmic patterns, negative cycles, and personal growth. Then we have luck, good fortune, positive change, fulfilled wishes, unexpected happiness. I always love a ladybug. Then we have the potential card, new business requiring hard work, ideas have potential for growth, your investment paying off, a stable business steadily growing. And then the last card that jumped out is chaos, difficult experiences, heavy burdens test your strength, unpredictable events, opposing forces. So just having a look here, clearly there is something about, I'm going to say love or at least romantic partnerships. And I think that the karmic cycle card is coming out with it because I think that whatever's going on with our relationships this week is all very karmically related. So maybe there is a long-term partner coming in, and I feel like it could be a karmic cycle with someone that you already are in a relationship with. So it could be that these karmic cycles are playing out this week. Sometimes that's great because it sort of frees us of some burdens that we're carrying, but it can also be challenging to get through. So marriage life, maybe there is just a focus on those established relationships for people that are in long-term relationships. The attracted to a married person, maybe, or it could be, I mean, it's saying new partner may be divorced. Look, possibly there's somebody new coming in. I really feel like this is more about, for those that are in relationships, there are karmic ties and karmic attachments that are being worked out. That is the strongest feeling that I'm getting around that. Then we have the luck card. So I feel like this is a good week. Like I said, working out these karmic situations can be really challenging because we have to go through whatever issues are coming up to be able to work it out and get to the other side. And that can be incredibly challenging. However, in doing that, we're freeing ourselves from a whole lot of weight and burden that often we're carrying. And sometimes we don't even realize that we're carrying it. But once we get through and figure out how to get to the other side of whatever issues are coming up, we feel like our load is lightened. The other thing that can happen is when these karmic cycles are figured out, it can bring things to an end. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that that is what is happening. I'm just saying it is one of the possibilities that happens. It could be that just some big issue suddenly rises to the surface, and so you are forced to face it. You have to figure out a way through, and maybe it makes everything else moving forward more harmonious. Amazing. But just know that sometimes when these karmic relationships are done, that's when things end. And the same thing happens in friendships and all of that. We can have these incredible friendships that we think are going to last for an entire lifetime, and then one day out of nowhere something comes up and it just decimates what this friendship is. Does it take away all the incredible things? No. But does it mean that we have a lifetime to share together as friends? Also no. And we have to accept this and understand that this is part of the cycle of life. So just keep that in mind. The luck card, I feel like it is a good week. Good fortune, positive change, fulfilled wishes, unexpected happiness. So I do feel like these karmic issues that are being sorted out are actually a good thing. I feel like we're going to feel lighter at the end of it. I feel like it's going to bring positive change into our lives. And I feel like maybe that if we do this well, if we communicate well, it can give us what it is we want and have been hoping for in this life, which would be incredible because that just makes our life better moving forward. The potential card, this card, the way it's written, is all about business, new business requiring hard work. Ideas have potential for growth, your investments paying off, a stable business steadily growing. I think that if you have been working on something, this is the time where you're going to see positive changes. And it's also going to be when you're required to work. And we're at that time of year where the world starts switching off and, people start dialing things back. It's holiday period. I want to relax. I want to enjoy the holiday parties. I want to be social and be in all of that. But if there's something you're working towards, maybe you're being called to skip some of that to keep working towards the goal. And I would strongly suggest, if you want what you're working on to be a success, that you take that call very seriously and keep working, because it may not be that you see the payoff necessarily this month, but as you launch into 2026, you're going to be in a position that's so far ahead of the competition who did choose to take a step back and take time off and really enjoy the holidays. So find that balance. I'm not saying be a Scrooge or a Grinch and just hide away from the world. Just keep that in mind. Keep working away. Don't just sort of go, I'm going to quit for a couple of weeks and then I'll come back to it. Because I feel like there is a reason why you're hearing this message. There is a reason why you're being told to keep working away, because there is going to be a payoff for you. I also think that the potential card right next to the luck card, and with this thing around relationships and working out karmic cycles, I think that there is a huge potential for growth in terms of your relationships. I think that this is a turning point, but it depends on both of you wanting change, wanting growth, and wanting something better. But I feel like that potential is very much there. So maybe if you're being asked to compromise a little bit, this is where you need to do it. You need to kind of go, all right, I've given this, but if they're going to meet me part way, I have to meet them where they're at. So just keep that in mind. With all of that being said, I feel like calling her the devil child. Every time I see her, that's what I think. So the words on this card: difficult experiences, heavy burdens test your strength, unpredictable events, opposing forces. So I think that aptly describes this layout as I have it in terms of marriage, karmic cycle. We've got luck and potential, but there is that flip side, like I talked about, where when we're working out karmic stories and these karmic ties, it can lead to issues, it can lead to anger, it can lead to expressions of things that we didn't necessarily know we had in us, or maybe it can lead to just feeling out of control in our day-to-day lives, in the relationship, in the work situation, and in home life. And as things are kind of wrapping up with the year, it can be a little all over the place. So this is going to be a time where you possibly feel like you're being pulled in different directions. And what I would say is that you need to focus on grounding yourself and being able to calmly and articulately express yourself, or express yourself articulately, so that whoever it is you're speaking to is hearing what you're saying. The moment you raise your voice in anger is when you lose the argument, because that is when people stop listening. So this whole thing may feel chaotic, but I feel like if you're able to ground and balance how yourself, first of all, so you're able to stay in control of yourself, and you're able to sort of move through this in a way where that expression of self is clear and is balanced, you're going to get through it. And this is where I think that the luck and the potential and all of that comes into it. So how this plays out, even if it feels chaotic, ultimately the end result is going to be up to you. So I think that you are going to be tested with this as it figures itself out. And I chuckle a little because I have my own tests going on at the moment, and it's not fun. But all I can do is kind of face it head on, come up with a solution and move through it, and trust that I'm going to end up exactly where it is I need to be. But it's not letting that chaos take hold and decimate everything around you, everything that you've worked for, the relationship that you've built, the work that you've built, everything that you have going on around you. So keep that in mind. Do not let the devil child come in and just whew. The other thing is, the chaos may just be that this karmic cycle stuff that's coming up and forcing us to have conversations and look at what's going on for ourselves. Maybe that's the chaos, just the unpredictability of these things coming up. So just be prepared for it. It's fine. And as I always say, this too shall pass. So then we have the alien card: feeling alienated in life, feeling like you don't fit in, dealing with a foreigner, new experiences in life. So I think that this is apt in coming after the chaos card, because I feel like when our world is thrown into chaos, we can often feel alienated, we can feel alone, we can feel as if we don't fit in. But again, just breathe. Don't forget at all during the week that you have this luck card, that everything can work out in your favor. It's good fortune and positive changes. So sometimes we need to go through the shit. It's like going for a hike and you're going up this freaking mountain and you're going, oh my God, I hate inclines. And you're going up the mountain, up the mountain, up the mountain. And it's torturous, but you get to the top and you breathe and you look at that incredible view and just think to yourself, that was totally worth it. So worth it. So glad that I did this. This was worth every painful step. And physically you feel better. You feel strong because you were able to make it up that mountain. So just know that the sometimes feeling uncomfortable, sometimes feeling like you're alienated is worth it. just to get to the other side. And then the final card from the Ascending Life Oracle is Rare Gift. A special gift given to you. Seize the opportunities. Unique gifts bring luck and success, the power to attract wealth. So all in all, I feel like this is absolutely a positive week. I feel like the universe is on our side and wanting to give us gifts and work with us. And I think for those that are able to stay grounded and sort of connected during the chaos and as these crazy events are thrown at us, you're going to do amazingly. And if you're feeling alienated in that time period, it's fine. Just I've already said this, say to yourself, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. It is my favorite saying, and it is the truest saying of anything. Anytime there is a storm, the storm has to end at some point, and the sun comes out again. And you know what? Sometimes a couple of trees have been knocked over, but generally the earth gets a good refresh in terms of if the earth feels electric again after the lightning strikes and the thunder, and the water replenishes the soil, and the plants get to have a drink, and the animals get to come out and drink this fresh, beautiful water that's fallen from the sky, and everything feels magical again. And often after the storm is when we see the rainbow. So just remember that even if there is this chaos that's going around, as quickly as it started, it can end. And then there are these gifts that are strewn about, and maybe we needed the storm in order to expose the gifts that are sitting there for us. Okay, so we have the Emergence, the Emergence deck, which is the deck that I bought when I was on the East Coast a few months ago, and I was using it for a few weeks, and I thought I would pull it back out. I'm just going to pull 3. Okay. All right. So the first card out is Bounty, Healing, and Abundance. So this is all about the healing that needs to take place. And this goes back to the karmic cycle card that came out at the very beginning. This week is about healing, and it is about bringing more into our lives. And in order to bring more, we have to heal. And in healing, we release the things that no longer serve us, whether that is releasing the people because that karmic cycle is over, or we're releasing the weight of the baggage that we have been carrying. And sometimes we're so used to it, we don't even realize we're carrying it. I walk most days, and I wear a weighted vest when I go walking. And the first time I go up in weight that I'm carrying, I go, oh my God, this is so hard. And I'm going up those hills, and I just think, why did I do this to myself? Within a few weeks, I don't even notice the weight. It's just, I move up the hill and I'm fine. And when it gets to that, that's when I up the weight of the vest. It's the same when we're carrying the weight of unhappiness or burdens from relationships or anger or any other emotion that you can possibly think of. Maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's resentment. When you are carrying that day in and day out, you don't think about the weight that is adding to you as you're moving through this world. So this week, I think it's so important to realize that any of this stuff that comes up, it is for your benefit. It is going to allow you to heal and bring more into your life. It's going to allow you to bring abundance. The second Emergence card is Bear, Inward Journey. So this is about taking stock of what is serving you, what isn't serving you, and what it is you want to achieve and where you want to be in life. All of this is going to make you look at what is going on for you and what is working for you, what is serving you. And then the final card is Lion and Lioness, Inner Union. And look, this could be about the actual union, because we go back to the marriage card at the very beginning. So we bookend it with it being about relationships, and then we have the lion and lioness. And it could be about that union and the strength of that union. But it also could be about balancing yourself, the yin and yang, which makes up all of us. And often it can get thrown out of whack when we are on our own as women and we are called to take care of everything. We can sit there and go, okay, and people go, oh, you're very masculine. Okay, well, maybe my energy is really masculine because I have to be completely independent in order to take care of everything that I have going on and in order to get things done in life. When I'm in a balanced and healthy relationship, I can release a lot of that, and I can release into my divine feminine because that balance is there. But I think that yin and yang is definitely important this week, whether it be the rebalancing of your relationship or the rebalancing of the yin and yang within you, so that you are moving through and moving forward in balance. Okay, and last week I used a deck about healing. Which deck was it? It was a healing deck, but I felt like there still needed to be some healing, but I wanted to shift it up. And so I am finishing up with just a card from the Inner Child Oracle, because I feel like with all this energy being so wild at the moment, we need to focus on healing and how to make us as happy and healthy as possible. Find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. So I think amidst all the chaos, you need to find this happy little spot. And if you have a look, I mean, for me as a kid, the red and white toadstools I thought were magical. Every coloring book that I had, if there was a mushroom or a toadstool in it, it was red with white spots for me. So this to me looks like something you would see in the redwood forests here in Northern California. So you can see that there's like a little spot missing from the inside the trunk of the tree, and you can see the castle below, and you can see the water, and you can see the magic and the fairies and everything that's sort of flitting around this little spot. And in that little alcove is where you would find peace and solace and comfort. So this week, not only do you need to go within, but you need to find a place where you can be still, where you can center yourself. And that will help you navigate all of this other stuff that is coming up. Like I said before, I ultimately think this is a really good week. I think that the universe wants to reward us, but in order to get the rewards, we have to go through a few things first and face a couple of things. And I think that these are good things. I think it leads to growth. I think it really serves us and is a benefit to us. But sometimes when we're going through it, it can feel challenging and like we want to throw in the towel. But like I said, just remember that on the other side of the storm is the beauty that remains after the storm has passed. And the storm only lasts for a certain period of time. It will always pass. The rainbow will always come on the other side, as will all the new growth and everything that comes when that storm has watered everything and the electricity from the lightning has lit everything up in a wonderful, wonderful way. I hope this reading resonates with some of you, if not all of you. As I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I am not sure what is going on next week. I am going to be traveling, I believe, for the next couple of weeks. And the first week, I don't know that I will have any internet service. So I am going to try and figure that out. I will keep you posted. But later this week, there will be the year ahead 2026 reading posted. Maybe I just need to film the weekly reading before I leave, and then that will solve that issue. So I will figure all of that out, but make sure you're subscribed to the page. like, comment, share, do all the things so that I can keep these videos coming to you. And don't forget to join Anne and I for the very last episode of Gemini Rising for 2026, 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Tuesday the 16th, we have astrologer Peter Guthrie. He is a fellow Australian, like I said at the beginning of this show, and we are going to have a look at the astrology for the year ahead, and we cannot wait for that. Thank you so much, everyone. Have the most wonderful week, and I will see you very soon.